It's Women's Month, and we're celebrating women in all different walks of life and all sorts of careers, right? So you remember this. Last week, I think it was, we had a very special guest who came into the studio and spoke to us about RoseFest. She let us know she was going to throw a gig herself, and it's going to be basically amazing. And so we're joined now in studio by Hannah Erasmus, Sizwe Mabena, and Khadi Mototse, who will be helping us, or rather helping at RoseFest and working at RoseFest, and they'll be telling us exactly how it is that they end up in their respective careers. So maybe let me start this side and go all the way across the side. So maybe Sizwe, you can tell us what you do, Hannah, you can tell us what you do, and then Khadi, you can tell us what it is that you do as well.
Thanks, Sizwe. I'm Sizwe Mabena. I run an agency called Dhlomo Collective. And one of the things we do is consult on events. So on this job particularly, I'm a festival consultant, and that means I work across the spectrum, from advising on how creative goes, on what suppliers we're getting, working with the sponsors, working on marketing. So all-rounder, basically assisting everybody in each of their departments.
Okay, Hannah?
I'm Hannah. I'm an experiential creative at Koi Creative. And basically what that entails is we come up with the crazy big ideas and then expect the other people to find the money to make them happen.
Yeah.
So,
A consultant.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's funny. Khadi?
I am the head of PR for RoseFest. I have my own company, Khadi Mototse Media Group. So basically I liaise with all the media, I invite them. So I hope you guys are coming.
Okay. Now, Sizwe, I know you quite well. We've worked in the past, obviously our families know each other. And I know that when you started your business, you started off quite small and rapidly grew, right? And I don't think there's a lot of women that do what you do. I think the only person I can think of, for example, is maybe Lydia Mason at the scale that she does it.
Yeah.
Did you find it difficult to break into the industry?
To be quite honest, I've been very lucky. And I think it's because I dabbled in so many different things. So at one job, I was a creative consultant. I was working on the dancing and performance direction. On another job, I'd be working on marketing and doing social media influencer campaigns. I was a bartender at the Sands for some time. And all of these different things that I've done have taught me different aspects of an event. And it's been that much easier for me to get jobs because as a freelancer, you've got to know how to do a couple of things so you can get in wherever you can fit in. So having to kind of transcend from being a really great freelancer to turning into an agency and employing people, I think the biggest challenge for me has been explaining to people that it's not just me anymore. I actually have a company, and the pricing changes, my availability changes, because now you're not always going to get Sizwe. Sometimes you're going to get someone else from the team, and you're still getting a representation or an extension of me. So I think the biggest challenge is really corporatizing the freelancing operation.
And then Hannah and Khadi, do you think gender roles, right, play any kind of, have any kind of factor in the entertainment space, especially creativity? Does it matter if you are male or female?
I think it definitely matters. I think in the industry that we work in, there are some things that a woman can just relate to better than a man. Some messaging, it's just a story that we can tell better as women than men can. But I do feel that there is perhaps less of a problem around being either male or female in our industry. We are lucky to be surrounded by very open-minded people. But yes, absolutely. I think it plays a role in most industries because men and women have very separate roles, and each one of their personality types and the way they approach things plays a very important role.
Khadi, before we go very quickly, as a PR person, tell us about RoseFest and then how can people get tickets? And
RoseFest is happening on Friday, the 9th of August. Get your tickets at Web Tickets for $240. It's a family show, guys. Bring your kids, bring your uncles, bring everybody.
Okay. I just want to reiterate, it's not for females only.
It's not for females
but it's
only.
an all-female lineup.
It's an all-female lineup.
All-female production.
Mainly female production team. So it's by females for everybody. So please, your uncles, your fathers, your boyfriends, your husbands, fiancés, side men, etc.
Hold this
are
thought.
welcome.
Hold this thought, especially about the side men. Hold that thought. Thank you very much to that, Natasha. And yes, a big upcoming event it is indeed, RoseFest. Shekhinah is actually throwing it. So still joined in the studio by Khadi, Hannah, and Siwu. Okay, so let's just wrap up the conversation then quickly. Who was it that approached you to get involved? I suppose all three of you to get involved in the project.
Siwu definitely approached me.
Yeah, okay, so what happened was Shekhinah and I were just talking about finding more sponsors. And then I asked about the production, and then one thing led to another, and we ended up with the full female production team because the conversation just led to how great would it be if we told a different story and had where we've always worked in the background, us come to the forefront. So the artists are doing it, let's do it behind the scenes. And as far as the suppliers go, let's ask every supplier we can to have a female lead. So Gearhouse, for example, which is handling the technical, has given us a female project manager. We've got a female site officer. We've got a female, thingy's role? Safety officer, sorry. The venue manager is female. The head of production, our producer, our creatives, they're all females. So for Shekhinah, it was really important to tell the narrative as far as possible or change the narrative as far as possible and have as many females be in the front lines as possible.
Okay, well, wish you all the best, ladies, and thank you very much for coming through to join us. One last question quickly before we go. How do you then keep the costs to a minimal? Because there's all sorts of overheads and ancillary costs that come up with, especially with an event. You start off with a budget in mind, and the next thing you know, you're 30% over.
Yeah.
Your creative director's like, guys, I still need this and that, and I can't do it.
Yes.
The reality is that it is a very costly exercise. So in terms of us approaching sponsors and people to assist with the event, you know, it's not their event. It is Shekhinah's event at the end of the day, and she's doing everything she can to fund this thing. So we've had a lot of support from some people, and I don't know if I can mention them, but a lot of partners have come to the fore.
Nedbank.
So Nedbank has really supported us 947. You guys as a media house have supported us. So there's a lot of people who are coming on board in kind, and where we do lack financially, we're trying to make up for in ticket sales. So please buy tickets so we can sell out this event, so we can have people spending at the bar and buying food, so we can pay off the stage that Hannah has created and all the artists that are
She's
performing.
expensive.
So please buy tickets. We need it.